couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the bar. I know it's been a long time since I've been over here pouring up hot shots of court docs and hot goss. But today I'm back because remember when I brought y'all the information about Blueface losing to Soulja Boy's baby mama? It's crazy how I'll be following all of these cases and how I don't get the credit that I deserve for keeping up with these stories and breaking them. But y'all know who to come to in order to get that hot Henny and get them court docs broken all the way down so that they are forever broken. Well, today I decided to come and bring you guys another one of Blueface's court cases where he lost another $1 million. Yep, a milli gone. Yes. And I'm talking about the Vegas Pum victim, Kentabius Traylor. Dun, dun, dun. I know. Now, I was keeping up with this case as well, and I've been keeping up with all of it. I was keeping up with the Euphoric nightclub. I was keeping up with Jacqueline Martinez. I was keeping up with Kentabius Traylor. Baby, I was keeping up. I even kept up with his probation out there in Vegas. Okay. Toot my horn. Toot-a-loot-a-loot-a-loot. Anyway, if you are over here and you are watching from IG, what are you doing? Head over to the main bar at That Girl Henny Reviews on YouTube because we're live right now and I'm going to break down the paperwork for y'all. So come on, don't be tardier to the party. See y'all later. All right, boom. So now IG has gotten the hooty-hoo to come on over here and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post the link. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let them know where they can come. Y'all go ahead and y'all make sure that y'all are hitting that like button, hyping the video if y'all are on the replay, and make sure that y'all are sharing this out and staying active in the comments so that way we get cranking and cracking in the algorithm. It feels so good to be back over here at the bar. You know, I've been over there on the press box running all the hot goss over there on all the circusy things that have been circusing. But today we are going to, and I don't know why I am like glitchy, but I think we're going to be just fine. But today we're going to get into this case. Now, if you don't know what case I am talking about, let me get it up here on the screen for y'all because this involves the pew-pewing that happened out there in Vegas. Let me go ahead and let me roll that beautiful bean footage. Y'all remember this footage, right? Y'all remember when Blueface and the schoolyards was out there at Euphoric nightclub over there in Vegas, and there was a whole situation that happened where there was a incident that happened in the parking lot, and Blueface, he was then picked up on a warrant and arrested and all of that. And then Kentabius Traylor, Ken, we don't call him Ken, he was in the courtroom with Blueface, and after they sentenced him to his probation and stuff, Kentabius was not feeling their sentence, and he took a selfie in the courtroom. Yeah, see, the beautiful beam footage that's rolling over here, that's the incident that TMZ had posted. Okay, now, Kentabius has sued Blueface. And let me back it up. Let me give y'all Kentabius's account of what happened. Oh, baby, I did not come to play with y'all today. So this guy on the screen right here, that's Kentabius Traylor. And about a month ago, I mean, he did an interview with someone else too, and I think it was about a month ago as well. But a month ago, he sat down with one of my fames, Cam Capone News. I like Cam Capone. I do. I feel like if you are of a melanated persuasion, you should be running up our people. So if you're not following Cam Capone News and you want to keep up with all the ghetto gospel and gossip and all the hood-ish that's going on, or all the trending stuff that's going on that involves, you know, Go head over to Cam Capone. But Kentabius sat down and he talked about what happened that night, and he gave his account of the story. Because remember, we first heard that there was an incident that happened inside of the nightclub and that he disrespected one of the schoolyards and that it spilled out into the parking lot. Well, according to Kentabius, that's not what happened. So let's hear what he had to say.
Something happens inside of the club, though. You guys have an argument or something?
No, that's a lie. So we never had any argument in the club. I never got pressed in the club. There was never any fighting in the club. Basically all that happened was I was in the club for about, I want to say about an hour, maybe.
So you heard it from his mouth. Nothing of the sorts happened. So that information that came out and was given to us and was revealed that there was an incident inside of the nightclub that spilled out into the parking lot, it was a lie.
Maybe two. It started off as me just going to pick up my girl, and then it turned into me just like kind of lounging around a little bit with her because she wasn't ready to go. So then as we're about to leave, they tell everybody they have to leave out the side back door. Like I said, I haven't spoken to anybody. It's just me with a few other girls. No guys, no posse, no anything. Walk outside, walk out the back door like they instructed us to. And then next thing I know, we walking around the corner. I got my girl around my arm. We just, me and her just talking.
So speeding it up, he's saying we ain't get into nothing in that in there. We're leaving out. Everything is cool. Everything is dandy. It's when they get outside that things start to take a turn.
I do make a joke, but the way the media is trying to portray the joke and the way the police department kind of trying to portray the joke is like, it's like nobody heard anything that I said. The joke was, me and my girl wrapped around each other's arm, and I'm talking to her, and I let her know, like, he trying to get it in the car with a fat girl in a Honda. That's all. And then she like, you crazy, and we just started laughing or whatever.
So he's saying that nobody heard the joke, but apparently somebody heard the joke because things went up.
And then we walk around the corner, and then, like I said, it was kind of like a setup, though. It was just like an ambush. Because as soon as I walked around the corner, it was already a big group of people walking out the front door. So me and my girl are walking arm in arm or whatever, past the front door now. Blueface is on the corner. I'm walking past the front door now. And then next thing I know, I just get hit from behind, whatever, on the side of my ear. Like somebody just punched me. And then, I got hit me. I said, all right, I'm about to beat your ass. I pulled up my pants. I got ready to fight.
So now, boom. You walking past them and you just get hit, right? And I know the story is not making sense, but I'm going to let him continue. But as y'all can hear thus far, don't say the media. Well, you could say the media because I ain't part of that. Anyway, he's saying the media got it all wrong. Now, y'all let me know down in the comments. I forgot to put y'all comments up on the screen so everybody can see them. But y'all let me know down in the comment section below. Do y'all believe that somebody heard the comment or not? Let me know.
And next thing I know, I'm getting jumped. And honestly, it all started because of a shirt I had on.
Okay, so he's saying it's because of a shirt that he had on. Let's continue.
Had on a Playboy bunny shirt. That's how all of this started. They thought I was from a rival gang or something. Didn't press me, didn't do any of that, you know what I mean, inside the club or even outside the club. Just hit me. I guess he had said some slurs to me, but since I don't gang bang, I didn't pick him up, you know what I mean? I'm just walking in my car.
So boom, that is Kentabius. If you would like to see the rest of that interview, you have to head on over to Cam Capone. I will link that down in the video description. Matter of fact, let me do that now before I forget. I will link the where the hell is it? Why are they not giving me the link? Where's the link? Okay, I gotta big my screen. Boom. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link this down in the description box of this video right now before I forget, so that you guys can tap in and watch the rest of this video. It's going to be at the end of the description. You will see the link for Cam Capone. News. Okay, so here is the link for you guys. It's in the description box. I did not forget. So bang. All right, so now as you can see from Kentabius's account of what happened, it did not start over something said inside of the club. He's saying that the slur, like the insult that he made about Blueface getting in a car with a big girl or whatever, they didn't hear that. I don't know if somebody heard it or not, but he's believing because he had a shirt on with a Playboy bunny, that's a rival gang. So boom, he went and they jumped on him. But he said they got the beat down on the video, but we didn't see the beat down video. I want to see the video. I want to see y'all put everything else out there. Y'all don't let us see that, there was a whole pum in the whole parking lot, but y'all won't let us see the beat down. Where the beat down at? Anyway, Blueface himself also recently talked about this on Bootleg Kev, and I'm gonna play for y'all what Blueface had to say, and then I'm gonna give y'all my 1-2, and we're gonna get into this paperwork, baby. So let's hear what Blueface had to say about the night of the Vegas puming.
Because it's like a wave right now, but I should, when it dry out, gang, all that footage is still,
it's gonna be there forever.
So when you get in your little rap beef, you get in your little, when somebody decides to pull your footage up, you gonna be like, damn, I really did that, huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, nigga, this you right here dressing up like a bitch, right? Yeah, this you on stream.
Yo, in terms of your legal situation,
right,
at what point in time are you going to be on the other side of this stuff officially?
So I'll probably be on probation for a good 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm. And then there's nothing else that's like lingering from outside of that case.
Oh, and then after that, I'll be back good. So,
are you able to travel on probation, or you got to stay in California?
Yeah, I got to get permission because it's so early right now.
Right.
That's just how I program.
Hey, West fam. Fam West? I always say your name backwards. My bad. Hey, everybody.
Make sure I'm follow the rules before they let me travel.
I mean, if you don't want to, I don't have to. But the night that this shooting happens, like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. I mean, everybody know about that shit.
This is at Floyd's strip club, right?
No, this was at a different club. No, this
was at a strip club, though, right?
It was at a strip club
in Vegas.
I was actually supposed to go to Flush that night. I should have went there.
Strip club in Vegas.
Yeah, strip club in Vegas. So there's parts of the story that I didn't know. Now that I do know, because this guy made an interview and he says
right
what he did. So in the beginning.
Okay, so there's a lot that you didn't know. What didn't you know, Blue? You didn't know that he made the comment about you and the girl in the car and all of that. Like, what didn't you know? Because it sounds to me like you was kind of active. And if y'all go watch the video, the interview, Kentabius says it was like Blueface was calling shots. That's what he said. So again, y'all make sure that y'all click the link and go watch the full Cam Capone News interview on this, because so let's hear what Blueface said was something new that he didn't know.
Again, I don't know. Like, the homies just beat him up. I don't know why. I'm like, what the fuck? Why y'all? I'm just standing there like, damn, why y'all fucking him up like that?
Right.
The whole time. He was snickling, making comments about whoever I was talking to or wherever the car I was in dealing with. And yeah, he had a Playboy shirt on, of course. So that's just like, I think that made the homies pay attention to him more about what he was saying, and he thinking that nobody's listening. Like, yeah, I was just talking to my girl. This was his story. Yeah, I was talking to my girl, and I told my girl, like, look at him talking to that fat right now.
So Blueface sat and watched Kentabius's interview, the interview that we were just watching. He sat and watched that interview. Interesting.
Now, I know the homie probably heard that, fire this shit up. That's what happened in the beginning. They just
in the building, y'all.
Just got fired on. Boom. So boom, he fired on. He on the ground at this point. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they beating him up.
Now the Playboy shirt's significant because that would be a rival gang thing. Or?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
the poopas.
okay.
So boom. I don't know why they.
Okay, let me just say this, okay, because he said another derogatory slur. I do not condone nor consent to any of this that he's saying. So don't put Henny in the midst of all of that. If you probably have to refresh, but scroll all the way to the bottom of the description of this video and you'll see the link.
They go crazy on him. I mean, so that's over with. You know, he gets up, he goes on his way. Big white pickup truck pull up, tripping, nigga. You know, you see the video, he comes, stop real aggressively with the window down, talking about which one of you bitch ass niggas hit me. What?
Hold on. Because that's not the story that we heard prior to. The story we heard prior to was Kentabius rolled his window down and flashed his stick. He flashed the metal at him. And that's what made him fire back. Yes, he did diss the Playboys again. He did. He dissed them again on the bootleg Kev. He did. Shout out to Dose of Reality Day in the building, y'all.
Me, who hit you? Like, so I'm thinking he could get cracking. Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Especially you pull back up like that.
Which one of you bitch ass niggas hit me?
See, it feels like he about to pull out
You feel
himself.
me?
Yeah.
So what? Blue, 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 blue. Nigga, get up out of here.
Yeah.
And he ran over a girl. You don't want to say that part. If you look at the video, it's me, my homie, and it's a girl standing right. So when he does that, my homie goes to his window. I don't know what he think. Like we really like
Yeah.
we not scary type niggas. So
I got a video, and I'm gonna play a video for y'all because let me tell y'all something. I was scrolling in these YouTube streets today. And B Braze had a lot to say, and there was somebody else that B Braze was talking to in his video. According to them, Blueface was not respected while he was on them yards at all. I'm gonna play that for y'all as well. But there was a case, if y'all have been following these cases along with me, a while ago I spoke about it and I tried to find it today, but unfortunately I did not organize my channel properly nor my videos, so I have no idea which video it's in. But there was a young lady who was suing. She was suing. Yes, she was, but she dropped her case. I don't know why she dropped her case, but she dropped her case. Now, there is also somebody whose vehicle was hit. Y'all remember me talking about that case? Because guess what? That's going to be the next Blueface video that I talk about, is the guy who is suing because his vehicle was hit in the process of all of this. Kentabius Traylor hit the guy's car on the way out of the parking lot. Car was a total loss. And he's suing Kentabius and Blueface. Listen, I got all the hot Henny on this shit. Don't play with me because I am that girl Henny. But let's get back into it.
when you pull up like that, the homie ran up to his window on some G.I. Joe shit, started hitting him again. He turned the wheel. When he turned the wheel, he pressed the gas. He run the girl over. And once he do that, that's when I start shooting at him. You feel me? Like
yo, stop.
Yeah, like once.
That's not what we saw in the video, but we wasn't there, so we don't know if that's what really happened. So y'all already know from all of this, you guys already know that Blueface already got all the consequences and all of that stuff. And I'm not going to hold y'all and keep y'all here any longer. Now, I do have videos where I have talked about Kentabius's case, but today I'm going to give y'all the court docs, the most recent court docs as of May 21st of 2025, because I did talk about it, but because everybody is talking about the debt that Blueface is in, I felt it imperative for everyone to hear all of it. Now, I told y'all about Jackie, and I told y'all in my last video that they were going to be garnishing his wages, that he cannot file bankruptcy because these cases are for damages. They're not for personal injury and things like that. They're for damages. So yeah, he can't even get out of these lawsuits with Euphoric Gentlemen's Nightclub, with Jacqueline Martinez, nor Kentabius Traylor by filing bankruptcy. So for everybody that's been saying in the comment section, oh, he could just file bankruptcy. No, the fuck he can't. No, he can't. I know y'all want to see that happen, but he can't. Okay. All right, so let's get these court docs up here on the screen. Damn, that is too dark. That is too dark. Okay. Let's see if that one will work. That one will have to work. All right. It'll just have to work. It'll have to do. I don't know if y'all can see this. So let me stretch this out a little bit more and hopefully y'all can see it better. All right. So this is the case of Kentabius Traylor, an individual who is suing Euphoric Gentlemen's Nightclub and Jonathan Porter. Now, in this case, let me just tell y'all, the Gentlemen's Nightclub, they have been dismissed off of this case. So it's just Blueface now. So I don't know if they settled with him off the record or what exactly happened that they ended up getting dropped off this case, but they're no longer a part of this case, but originally they was. So let's get into what the history of the case was. So it says on October 8th of 2024, the plaintiff's application for default judgment against Jonathan Porter, aka Blueface, was filed before the Honorable Judge Susan Johnson. Through today's date, defendant Jonathan Porter, aka Blueface, has not appeared in this court, nor has any opposition to the underlying application been filed. So that means that Blueface did not show up to court, and nobody showed up to court to represent him. Where is his management? Where was WAC? Wasn't WAC supposed to be handling this stuff? But if y'all remember, when we first started covering this case, the attorney that was on it was pulled off. Okay. So there was no lawyer that showed up, and he was getting his mail at the jail. And if he wasn't getting it at the jail, it was going to his house. So somebody was dropping the ball on these cases. I said it before and I say it again. Anywho, let's continue. The plaintiff's application is hereby granted, this court having reviewed the pleadings and papers on file herein and having held a hearing on May 15th of 2025 at 8:30 a.m., the hearing testimony of plaintiff Kentabius Traylor and accepting evidence within this case finds the following. Now, if you do not remember, Kentabius Traylor was grazed in the hand by a bullet that came from Blueface's pew. And so he decided to sue him. All right. So this is the case history where it's saying, that he filed on October 8th. The proof of service, which means that it went out and it was received, was submitted to the courts on October 2nd of 2023. He entered his default judgment against Blueface on August 24th of 2024. And defendant Euphoric Gentlemen's Nightclub was dismissed via stipulation and order on March 5th of 2025. So that's where the nightclub was dropped from the case, right? So now the Kentabius filed an application for default judgment on October 8th of 2024. Proof of service went out again for Blueface. Again, they were mailing it to the jail. They were mailing it to his home. And the proof of service was submitted to them on April 2nd of 2024. The courts have found for good cause appearing on the application for default judgment, along with testimony and evidence presented at hearing, the court awards the following. His past medical expenses, which came to $4,031, and for pain and suffering and emotional trauma. Okay? $1 million. That's the original court findings for him. The actions of defendant are admitted and pursuant to a guilty plea agreement. The plaintiffs awarded past interest in the amount of $170,699.01. All right. For the passing of 591 days between the dates of August 24th, 2024, and the dates of the hearing, which was May 15th, 2025. And so the plaintiff's future award of interest would be calculated based upon principal amounts of $1,004,031. Okay? And shall not be compounding. Now, this was what this was on this date of May 21st of 2025. His debt, including interest, which had been accrued, was at $1,174,730.01. Well, that's where that case was at that particular point in time. As of today, December 30th, 2025, the total amount that Blueface now owes on that debt, we've got to add all the interest to it. Do we feel like adding all of the interest to that?